Hello everyone! Today we are starting Polarthon. So this is a readathon created by JD Reads and it focuses on polar fantasies, which is basically fantasies in like wintry settings with icy magic, etc. So it's already the second day. Yesterday, Get a Life Chloe Brown, which does not fit any of my Polarthon prompts. I mean, I think I could squeeze it in for like Animal Friend, because like there's a cat in that story. I don't think that counts. But I did also start Spinning Silver, which also maybe not the best book to start off with because that's not even one that's on my like February TBR. Great thinking on my part. Read the ones that you don't actually need to read. But anyway, I'm on Team Penguin, Newt. So I have 3 books that I want to get to. I don't think I'm going to get to any more, even though I know some people are reading like all 5 books for the different prompts. That's just, I do not have the time for that. I wish I did, but like I literally don't. So yeah, so Animal Friend, Arctic Adventure, Foiled Cover, Folklore, and then a Polar Fantasy. And you can double up on prompts, but you can't triple up on prompts. So you need to read a minimum of 3 books, which is what I'm trying to do, which even then, that's going to be a struggle, especially since I spent the first day reading a book that doesn't count for any of them. Animal Friend and Arctic Adventure, I think, are both going to fit for Frostheart by Jamie Littler, which I don't think that will take me too long because it's a middle grade, and middle grades are usually pretty quick and easy to get through, so I hope that is the same for that one. Then Foiled Cover and Folklore, I'm going to use Spinning Silver for, and then for the Polar Fantasy prompt, I'm reading A Winter's Promise by Christelle DeBeau. I need to get to A Winter's Promise and to Frostheart anyway because they are part of my February TBR, so I literally have to read those. But Spinning Silver I don't, and yet that's the one I decided to start with. I am only 53 pages in, I think, so I really don't have much to share. I'm definitely intrigued already because it definitely seems like it's going to center on like strong female characters in a time where they're, you know, when the men are in charge. I'm definitely interested in the characters. They're both very different characters and have very different lifestyles, but they also both, I think, have a lot in common as well. And I'm interested to see how the story will develop. I know that there is a small bit of romance in here, and I already know it's not going to be the romance I want it to be because, like, honestly, I want the 2 female main characters that I've met so far to get together, and I know that's not going to happen. That's, I think, all for now because I don't really have a lot to say. As I said, it is already day 2, and I gotta play catch up. Hi everyone, just a quick update to say that I have now finished my first book. So I finished Frostheart by Jamie Littler, and I'll talk more about it tomorrow probably? I don't know. We'll see. So, yeah. I still have to put it through a call pile, but I'm pretty sure it's either going to be a high 3-star or a low 4-star because I really enjoyed it and found it cute, but also there was things that really bugged me about it, but also they were things that bugged me but they made sense because I was a middle grade, so I don't know. Good morning everyone, it is now Thursday, so it is the 4th day of Polarthon. So last night I gave a really short clip where I said that I had finished Frostheart by Jamie Littler, and I was right when I said that it would be either a really high 3-star or a low 4-star. When I put it into call pile, it came out as a 7 exactly, which a 7 to an 8.9 is a 4-star, so it's like just a 4-star. It was a really cute story and the characters were just really lovable and you just really felt for them. And yeah, I loved like the whole found family aspect, and I do really enjoy the magic system. I think it's really unique and creative. But my main problems with it was that I just found it a little frustrating at times, but then I was also like, you're not allowed to find this frustrating. You're not a child. Because like most children, yeah, they would react the same as Ash is. So like it makes sense. I did enjoy it overall, but just like this specific thing I'm talking about, like it made sense that Ash was, you know, I don't want to listen to the grown-ups, but like it still annoyed me. That might also be because when I was a child, I also was like, I must listen to the grown-ups. So it just squeezed into the 4-star, and then I read like 4 pages of Spinning Silver. And again, I don't really have anything to say. Yeah, I'm really intrigued by our main character because she's not like, I guess in like fairy tale kind of stories, the main character is always like really, you know, kind and blah 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 blah, and she is quite cold and to the point, and that's usually something, if it's a female character, people don't like it usually. But if it's a male character, it's fine because that's how they're meant to be. And so I really am intrigued by her character because, yeah, she's not a great person, but she's kind of cool so far. I feel really lazy today. Like, I just kind of want to like curl in a ball and do nothing, including reading. I do not want to read. I just want to do absolutely nothing. But also I have to read because Team Penguin has fallen behind. So yeah, I'll try and do a bit more. I have a couple lectures today, but not too many, so I'll try and squeeze in some reading. Hey everyone, so it is now Friday, so day 5 of Polarthon. So yesterday I read about 290 pages of A Winter's Promise by Christelle de Bose, and I'm not really loving it so far. In this world, we're following a girl called Ophelia, and basically she has to have like a political marriage with this guy from this other part of the world. So like all of the world is split up into like arcs and all of this, and so she had to go from her one to this other pole, which is really wintry and icy and really brutal, and she has to try and like stay alive, I guess. And I feel like nothing is happening. I don't like any of the characters. Even our main character, I don't like her. I don't like any of her family. Like, the world is super misogynistic, and that just annoys me. The world is really strange because it is both modern and also really old-fashioned. It feels like things from like, I don't know, like the 1800s mixed with like things from like present day. And I feel like none of it has really been explained at all. So yeah, that's a bit frustrating. As I said, don't like any of the characters. Our main character is really annoying. And I've heard people say like the guy that she's getting married to, Thorne, is like one of those characters who's like tough on the outside but like a real softie on the inside, and I don't see it. And I mean, I'm halfway through the book and he's still kind of horrible to her. Yeah, and then Thorne is also being like, he's like, oh, I only trust my aunt. She's the only person you're allowed to trust. When the aunt literally like was like messing with the main character's mind for petty revenge. I'm like, what the hell? So I don't like it, but I am interested in the world. I'm interested in like the political maneuvering going on. So we'll see. I'll say right now it's probably a 3-star. I'm gonna try and finish that today because I have about like 42% or something left. So I'm gonna try and do that, and then I suppose I will finally get back to Spinning Silver because I've just been avoiding that book, which is weird because it's not so I don't like the book or anything. I just for some reason don't really want to pick it up. But you know what I really want to pick up is City of Brass, which I'm like, don't do it. And also I really want to read The Poppy War, which I don't even own The Poppy War, but just everyone seems to be reading it, and I've been wanting to read it for ages, and I just really want to read it. But no. So I have a TBR to do and I have a Polarthon to do, so we're focusing. Hi everyone, so Polarthon is now officially over. Yeah, I completely forgot that I was supposed to be vlogging. I just got really carried away with reading and stuff, which, I mean, I suppose that's not a bad thing. So I actually did in the end complete my Polarthon TBR. I can't remember what was the last thing I said to you. I know I spoke about Frostheart. And in the end, I counted Get a Life Chloe Brown because I did read it during Polarthon and it had a cat, which is an animal friend. So that counts. So I did that for Animal Friend, and you can get my opinions on that soon. Then Frostheart, I already told you about. That was a 4 out of 5 stars, and it was for Arctic Adventure. Then after that, I read A Winter's Promise by Christelle DeBose. And I know I told you I was starting that, but I can't remember, did I tell you anything about it when I got into it? So I'm not sure what I've told you about that or how much I read when I last spoke to you. But I finished that and I gave it a 2 stars. I did not like it. It was not for me. It was definitely an interesting premise and it was an interesting world. Kind of. But I think the thing that really got me about it was a super misogynistic world, and I don't know, it felt very modern and it was also very old-fashioned. Like, if you're gonna make a world, do you really have to make it so misogynistic? That was my main problem with that. I didn't like the characters at all. Supposedly, like, the romance is supposed to be good. Could not get behind that whatsoever. Excuse the light, I'm trying to get my call pile ratings up. So I gave it a 3 for characters. As I said, I did not like the characters whatsoever. The main character was so annoying and she was, I'm not like other girls, blah, 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 blah. Then atmosphere, I give 6. It is very atmospheric. Like, it's a very wintry read and you can definitely see that and feel that. So I did give it a 6 for that. Then I gave it a 5 for writing. The writing was okay. I do hear that it is actually better written in the original French, which I imagine would be true, but then I gave the plot a 4. The plot was kind of non-existent, to be 100% honest. Like, it felt like there was supposed to be a lot of political maneuvering, and I guess there was a small bit, but it just wasn't super engaging. And I think I was just expecting the whole time for her to take matters into her own hands. That's what I really wanted. I wanted her to prove herself in this ruthless world, to be like, I have these abilities that nobody else here has, and to go and do something with it. But she never did. Then intrigue, I gave a 5. Like, I mean, I was kind of interested, but then I just kept getting let down the whole time. Then logic, I gave a 4. And then enjoyment, I gave a 5. So that came out as a 4.57, which is a 2 star. And I think it was almost a 3. Yeah, if anything had been higher, it would have been a 3, but I feel like a 2 star does fit. So yeah. And then I started City of Brass because I don't know why. For some reason, City of Brass was really calling to me, and I did start it, but I only got 50 pages in because I then went back to Spinning Silver, and I'm really glad I did because I really enjoyed it. I gave characters an 8. I loved the main characters in here, the 3 points of views. They were all really strong women who went out and got what they wanted. I liked the dynamics between them and how the stories connected, and there was some like really nice family relationships in here, which I always love. Atmosphere, I give an 8. The atmosphere was great in here. It was a really beautifully described and all of that. Writing, I gave a 6. I don't think there was anything exceptional about the writing, to be 100% honest. And the points of views were very confusing. Like, it would have been so easy to solve that by just putting their name at the start of the chapter. This is Irina's point of view. This is, like, it would have been solved that easy. And they didn't do that. And so you'd read for a whole page and then you'd be like, okay, so we're in Wanda's point of view. Plot, I gave a 7. I did really enjoy the plot and I thought the magic was very interesting. It is not a very like logical magic system and it's not explained very well, but I guess that just kind of added to the atmosphere and the whimsy about it. 8 was intrigue. I did actually, though it took me a while to get into the story, by the end I really wanted to know what was going to happen. Logic, I gave a 7. So as I said, the world isn't extremely logical, but that made sense. Like, it wasn't just like completely like full of plot holes and everything. It was just kind of, that's the way it was meant to be. It was supposed to be fairy tale-esque, where not everything is explained and all of that. And then enjoyment, I gave an 8. And so yeah, I am really glad that in the end I picked it up. So that goes out to a 7.43, and that is a 4-star. I did really enjoy the 3 female leads. They were very independent while not becoming like really tropey or judgmental, which I feel a lot of these kind of books can when it's kind of a historical setting. The girls are just like, I'm not like other girls. I love the whole trickery magic side, so like that kind of fairy style. And I really enjoyed how the stories all connected. And yeah, I think also I heard that there was like a lot of romance in there, which is not true, and I wasn't the biggest fan of the romances, but in the end it didn't bother me too much. So that covered folklore and a foiled cover. So I managed to finish all of my books for Polarthon. It was a lot of fun. I'm sorry that I completely failed at vlogging the past few days, but I was just having a really good time and watching all of the sprints and all of that. So yeah, that is all. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.